What's going on, people? It's A-Fizzle tuning with y'all on this Thursday, February 7th, 2013. Hope everyone's having a good one as we just cruising in the morning time here. I want to get my insights on this 50 most essential hip hop albums of all time video I just saw last night. And remember, I said 50 most essential, not top 50 hip hop records of all time, albums of all time. Not the 50 greatest hip hop albums of all time. The 50 most essential. That's what I'm talking about. And overall, it was a great list. I think every last one of those albums, for the most part, made an impact on hip hop and how evolved in years it came after that. But I think the only thing they could have switched out was, instead of Outkast Stankonia, it should have been Outkast Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music. I think that made a better impact for Outkast fans and people who follow in Outkast shoes than Stankonia. That's just me, though. Maybe I'm wrong. But other than that, great selection. Sugar Hill gained first most essential album, Rapper's Delight, whatever they record name was. I think that was a great way to start the list, because that was the first, as y'all know, that was the first ever record to eclipse the charts. And the second one was Curtis Blow's self-titled album. I think that was a great one because it was the first album to reach gold, I think. Something like that. Yeah, but did you get my drift? You got your Run DMC, Raising Hell, great impact album. Another great one on the list, NWA, Straight Outta Compton, because it started off because it elevated the gangster rap movement. Ice-T's album was on the list. I can't remember the name of it, but Ice-T, OG, something like that. But yeah, Ice-T's album for 1987 was on there. I think that started off the gangster rap movement. But y'all know NWA elevated the gangster rap movement in the late 80s. Who else was on there? Beastie Boys, License to Ill, another one was on there. Great selection, because in a way it kind of opened up the door for white rappers to go mainstream. Yeah, Dr. Dre's a Chronic, you cannot forget that, and they did just that. Not forget it, because I think, and Mo Hammond, the guy who's behind all this, he nailed it right in the coffin when he talked about Dr. Dre's The Chronic. I had to agree with him. I think it was the best album of the 90s on, or as like West Coast rappers. But in my opinion, I think not only was that the greatest West Coast hip hop album in the 90s, I think is the greatest hip hop album of the 90s. But he also said Notorious B.I.G.'s Ready to Die, which is also on the list for 1994, was the greatest East Coast hip hop album in the 90s, and I gotta agree with him on that one, as well. Because I wouldn't say Biggie's was the greatest, but in a way it kind of was. Nas Still Mad was actually the greatest hip hop album in the 90s, but which is also on there. He nailed Nas around the coffin too, as far as like how Illmatic was, and he nailed around the coffin. I gotta give it to him on that one. Great words of wisdom by him, explaining Illmatic. Not just Illmatic, but he did a great job explaining everything as far as the albums. And, that's what's up. I gotta give props to him. That was a great documentary. And not just only he explained the albums, he also went deep into hip hop and explained the origins. He taught me some stuff I didn't even know. It was kind of like how some of these artists back in the mid 70s, early 70s will do some type of like a hip hop thing, even though they were like R&B and jazz. They'll do they'll do like spoken word, which kind of set the precursor for hip hop. I thought that was really unique and really nice to know, because like I said, I didn't know that. And not only he spoke about that, he also spoke about some records that a lot of us might not even know, or for the older generation, coming up, in the 70s and 80s, probably have known about, but have forgotten over the years because they didn't make it as big. We all know Sugar Hill. I mean, yeah, Sugar Hill Gang's "Rapper's Delight" was not the first rap record of ever. Excuse me. I knew that, but I didn't know what type of records came before that. And there's actually some guy named damn, I can't remember. I gotta watch this documentary again. But there's some other guy, I can't remember his name, but he done made a record 3 weeks before Rapper's Delight came out. That was nice to know. And some of y'all might not know this, but Salt and Pepper, not the first female hip hop group, but like y'all already know that. There's actually a group called The Sequence who came out in the early 80s. And one person I did not know that was in the group was Angie Stone. Yeah, that's right, people. Neo Soul legend Angie Stone. Bad brother, strong brother. That girl. That woman, excuse me. And Lady B was the first solo female hip hop artist back in '79. Then they had some group called Mercedes Ladies back in the mid '70s. I didn't know. I heard of Lady B. Never heard of the Sequence. Never heard of Mercedes Ladies. I thought that was nice to know. Just fill my knowledge up with more hip hop. So I don't want to look like a dumbass. What else he talked about? He also had this. He also had this DJ. Who would play the records as hip hop records sampled off of. Like UGK and Outkast International Players Anthem. It sampled Willie Hutch's "I Chose You." He was playing Willie Hutch's "I Chose You." And then he also played Sylvia Serapin. Because Junior Mafia sampled her music for "Get Money." I thought it was really nice to see as well. What else happened? He also had like a Creative Records lined up on the wall, on the floor, not like on the floor, but standing up on the wall. It's kind of like masterpieces and all that. He went down the list and showed everybody the hip hop masterpieces. Now, honestly, there's some we're gonna agree with, and there's some we're gonna disagree with. And there was definitely some I disagree with, but it is what it is. So, maybe those records have one thing in common, and I think those records have sold 1 million albums. And yeah, we may think this person's garbage and that person's garbage, but unless we got, it's a whole nother generation outside of hip hop, who probably listen to top 40 radio. They probably think this record is great, and it sells. So, top 40, they have a say in this, believe it or not. Not too much, but they do have a say. Trying to remember what else I probably had left out. Oh yeah, one more thing. I don't really too much to say about this review, but one more thing I do want to say is I also liked for the like I said, I think I probably mentioned this, but I also like how when Mohan was going over the albums, he will also like say this album and this artist, pay way for this artist, that artist, and that artist to make a name for itself. Like he went over the Fat Boys. Fat Boys are on this list with they self-titled album. He said that the Fat Boys kind of made way for big rappers like Rick Ross and Chubb Rock and Big Pun, Fat Joe. You see what I'm getting at? And also like Mobb Deep, which also made the album, I think, with the Infamous back in '95. He also said he said that Mobb Deep, their album made way from Capone Noriega and the Clips. The Clips, I don't see how they made way for the Clips, but it is what it is. I can't not this dude's knowledge of hip hop because he knows the shit. I went through that hour 40 minutes documentary. He knows the shit. I gotta give it to him on that one. It was something else I need to talk about. Oh yeah, damn, I got thrown off for a second. Oh yeah, it was something else. One more thing I did need to talk about is like, not only he went over the artists, he went over radio stations like Mr. Magic, He went over the television shows like 106 Apart, Rap City, Yo MTV Raps. He covered everything. First rap artist to appear on national television with Curtis Blow on Soul Train. He covered it all. He's like, hip hop fans, he's gonna tell it all. If you're a huge hip hop fan, like I am, you have, I repeat, you have to watch this documentary. If I get the chance, I'm gonna try to copy the link and be down in the description box, so you can check out the documentary yourself. This is a must watch for hip hop fans. I guarantee some things you might not even known about. You'll be like, whoa, I didn't know this happened. I didn't know that happened. It'd be like, nice to know. But yeah, I just want to preach on that right quick. Mo Hammond, I think you will come across this video because I'm making a review response to your video. You did a damn great job with this documentary, man. And mad respect to you, man. You hit it right on the coffin. Because honest to God, I don't know if I would have made that same documentary the way it was made. Might probably be a little different, but he nailed it. I think for every hip hop fan, he nailed it right on the coffin for everybody else, who probably wouldn't have made their documentary just as great as his, just saying. And oh yeah, and I also like how he made tribute to the fallen people who have passed away at the end of the video. Y'all might say he left out Tupac and Biggie and all that, but believe it or not, he also did mention Tupac and Biggie. I think he mentioned them right before the credits, but after the credits, he also went on some other people who passed away. So this is truly hip hop at its finest and hip hop at its rare form. Must watch, people. Hip hop fans, you must watch this documentary on YouTube. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the link. I'm gonna make a video response to his video. Make sure you get the message. The message, Grandmaster Flash, 1982. I already knew that, but I was just trying to show off, man. Alright, I'm not gonna waste too much of y'all time. Sorry for a little stammer here and there, but just hope y'all understand where I was going with as far as explaining the documentary in my own words and how I thought about it. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here and enjoy the rest of my day. It's kind of rainy. And that's that. Till next time, A-Fizzle signing out. See ya. I bet you hear me when I'm